Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Alicia. In today's video, we are going to be testing out the Glamlite Burger Palette. This is the palette here. So freaking cute. This palette retails for $40 normally. It's on sale right now for $20. They always have deals and things on Glamlite bundles, so you can really get these pretty affordably. So I would just say kind of check that route out. But let's go ahead and open this up. You've got a big mirror, and then you have got your shades here. So you've got 4, 8, 12, 16 different eyeshadows, and currently this is on sale for $20. So that is like such a good deal. But normally this is $40. But yeah, I think it's such a unique palette, and I personally love this color story. I'm not going to give you a swatch of all of these, but I'm going to give you a swatch of like the colors that stand out to me. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do Thousand Island. These are like so freaking creamy. Blue cheese. Cheddar is what I have on my eyes, so I'm not going to swatch that. Bacon. This lettuce shade. And let's try Avocado. I love this like grungy green color. Oh, I love that green. And then it's gonna be kind of weird. Okay. So yeah, gorgeous color story overall. I think all of these shades really work and play well together. Let's go ahead and get into this eye tutorial. So we are starting with the eyes first, as usual. The only thing I have on is my moisturizer, some lip balm, and I did prep my lids with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, which is just what I have been using nonstop. Now, we're about to dig into this Glamlite Burger Palette. Again, another one that is as big as my face. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Look at the freaking packaging, y'all. The packaging kills me with these. It's so, like, extra. So, it's a little burger in a little wrapper. Alright. Pulling that out. And here is our palette here. So, you can tell this is, like, definitely more of a collector's piece. Big and bulky packaging. But, like, how freaking unique and cute, right? So I'm going to open it up. You've got a decent sized mirror in here. And then here are your shades. I'm going to go ahead and get that off. Now, I think I'm going to try to stay more in like this orangey, like mustardy type of vibe, just because my shirt kind of does have that going on. But look at this freaking... Sorry, I had a call come in, so I think it cut off. But, yeah, this color story is absolutely beautiful. These two shades, oh my god, I can't. And then I even love this, like, shimmery lettuce color down here. So freaking pretty and unique. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go in, and I think I'm going to go into this mustard shade. I pulled you guys in a little bit closer, and I'm going to go ahead, and you can tell, I know I said this when I did the pizza palette, that video is already up. There is literally like no kick up, no fallout. I really love the formulation of these eyeshadows. That's not something that like turns me off about an eyeshadow palette, but of course they definitely are easier to use whenever it is like that. So as usual, we are going to do the eyes first. I'm going to do one eye on camera. I'll catch up the other off camera. And I just have a big fluffy brush doing windshield wiper motions on that mustard color. I'm dipping in just a little bit more just to build it up. But you can tell that color is pretty dang pigmented. And it's such a unique shade. Like, it's not a yellow, it's not an orange. Such a grungy, yummy shade. And in fact, that's kind of the vibes I get from this whole palette, is just like kind of grungy overall. So I freaking love that. That's why Melt palettes are some of my all-time favorite, because they are very, just overall kind of like grunge heavy. And I'm here for it. I'm here. All right. Next, I think I'm going to go into, and again, these names are so freaking adorable. Pickles, mustard, bacon, sweet potato fries, tomatoes, Thousand Island, caramelized onions, cheddar, blue cheese, avocado, red onions, onion rings, lettuce, spinach, ketchup, barbecue sauce. So the names are so freaking cute. I love it. Love it. So I'm going to go into onion rings, which is this like very warm brown shade. And I'm going into that with a little bit of a smaller brush. And basically I'm putting this in the same place that I put that first mustard shade, just a little bit lower down. So I'm going to focus this just on the very crease itself, and it is going to carry down to my lid just a bit. Like, as you can tell, that shade is down here. That's fine, perfectly fine. That's what I want. And again, just blending effortlessly, pigmented from the get-go. I did dip in there just a tiny bit more. I didn't really have to, but I just love these colors so much. And these two colors go so nicely together. Y'all. This is the first year that I'm trying Glamlite, and out of all like the brands that I have tried this year, this one is definitely sticking out there for me. I'm going to take, this is from Manny MUA's brand, Lunar Beauty, but this is just the number 5 eye brush. And I think I am going to go into, I really, just knowing me, I really want to go into this barbecue sauce, but that's kind of like a plummy, like burgundy brownish type of a shade. I just love those shades. I say it every time there's a palette with a shade like that. I always tell y'all that, but they really are just some of the best, especially like on brown eyes. But I think I'm going to go into Caramelized Onions, which is this darker brown here. And again, this is just like a compact eyeshadow brush, more of like a packer type of a brush. And I'm just going to start patting this on the outer corner of my eye over here. And that shade is kind of like a shit brown, right? It almost looks the same as that other shade. It's just a little bit darker. I was actually expecting this to come off a little bit darker on the eyelid, but this is fine. All right, so now that we have that shade on, I do think that I may give this barbecue sauce a try, just in that very outer corner again, to maybe even try to deepen this up a little bit more. So let's see what this looks like. And I'm literally just kind of tapping this on the very, very outer corner over here. And it's just, I'm flipping my brush over, and now I'm just kind of tapping those two colors together. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with my finger, and I'm going to go into this cheddar color here. You can see how intense that is. That's kind of really why I wanted to keep it a little bit more neutral on the eyes. Shades like this always remind me of my Urban Decay. I think it's called the Honey palette. But yeah, definitely get those same vibes from this palette. but I feel like it offers even more. Like, I feel like you can get a look like you would get with the Urban Decay Honey palette, but then you also have like this Kelly green, these like neons, this gorgeous blue, this lovely pink, like, yeah. So yeah, I have got a tiny bit more on my finger, and I'm just tapping this on, kind of like a tapping and like pulling type of emotion, but very, very light. And now that I'm over here, I'm just taking a clean finger and kind of tapping these two shades together. Basically, so that will just kind of fade into our other shades over there. Although, I think I'm going to go back in with this brush, and I'm going to go back into that caramelized onion. But I'm also, I think I'm going to dip into sweet potato for eyes. And I'm just going to kind of tap this right on that edge. All right. And again, just taking a clean finger and kind of tapping over that. I am going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit, and I'll show you guys how I do that. You probably have seen it before if you watch any of my videos, but I'm just going to take a clean makeup wipe. I'm going to fold it where it's like a nice, like, crisp line, and then all I'm going to do is run this under my eye and then kind of connect it to the outer portion of my brow and just pull up. Lightly pulling, like I'm not dragging my skin or anything. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and do my other eye, put on my face makeup, and then we will be back for the lower lash line. We are back. I've got most of my other makeup on. I'm going to run you guys through what I have on the rest of my face very quickly. So for foundation, I finally ran out of my Smashbox 24-hour Hydra Foundation. So I pulled out one I have not used in a very long time. This is the Pure Bare It All foundation, and this is in the shade Light. Now, this is a very, very thick cream formula. However, it does cover pretty dang well. So liking that. And then for concealer, where is my concealer? All right, I had put my concealer up. This is the Laura Mercier. This is the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer, and I have mine in the shade 1N. This is a very, very good concealer. Love it. It's very liquidy, but it's got very good coverage, and it just makes you look like younger, refreshed, kind of dewy even. So really like that. I set everything down with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting powder. This is just in the limited edition Prince packaging, but the formula of the powder is the same as like their regular packaging, so you can definitely still get that. For bronzer and highlighter, I pulled out this Bare Minerals palette, and you can't get this specific palette anymore. I don't believe this was like holiday a few years ago, but this is the Bare Glow face palette, and I have really, really enjoyed this palette. So I used, again, just the bronzer and the highlighter. The highlighter is in the shade Free, and the bronzer is in Faux Tan. You can still get both of those in singles. So good. I absolutely love Bare Minerals face products. They're pressed products, though. I don't really go for like the loose powders anymore. I do have those. I have used them before, but I prefer this formulation, and they're just so good, specifically the bronzer. And this highlighter, hold on, I want to check something. I had this highlighter twice, so I picked up the shade Free because I really loved it. So apparently, yeah, Free's a bomb highlighter if you're looking one from Bare Minerals. Dang, I cannot believe I did that. Okay, so the blush that I'm using is the Patrick Ta blush, and this is in the shade She's Adorable. It is like a shimmery type of a blush. Absolutely love it. And then brows, Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. And then my lips, I have on MAC's lip liner in the shade Oak. And then I put on my NARS lipstick in Belle de Jour. This is such a classic lipstick. If you are looking for a lipstick that is very moisturizing, satin type of a finish, very comfortable on the lips, this is a great nude color. This is one of my favorite nudes in my whole collection, and I pull it out pretty frequently. All right, that gets us caught up. We're gonna go ahead and do the lower lash line now. All right, for the eyes, I'm gonna keep it very simple. I'm gonna go into the shade right here, which is Caramelized Onions, and I'm gonna go into that with a little smudger brush. I am gonna tap that off just because we've got our base makeup done. And I'm going to put this as close as I can, really, to the lower lash line. And I'm just going to bring this in halfway. Okay. And I'm going to dip into that shade one more time, just to build it up ever so slightly. Really focus on that at the very base of the lashes. Now I'm going to go into this little brush here. This is a eyeshadow brush, but it's very like fluffy, as you can tell. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of dip into these two shades, just kind of back and forth. And then I'm going to tap that off. And just along the very outer edges, I'm going to blend this. I just want it to be like a gradient. Okay, and again, I think I'm going to build that up just a little bit. So dipping into these two shades and tapping that off. All right. Now for the inner corner, I actually am going to go back into this highlighter palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Free, which is just that highlighter we used on our face and our brow bone and all that. All right, that is going to be it for the eye. I'm going to go ahead, catch up the other eye, and then we'll be back for the final thoughts. Okay, so this is the finished makeup look. I freaking love it. I love looks like this. I think it really makes your eyes kind of pop. Now, this palette, let's talk about it overall. So normally the price is $40. However, they do this in bundles, and they do discount codes and just like specials all the time, like specifically around holidays. So I would kind of wait for something like that, like a coupon code or getting it in a bundle. Right now, this palette, the pizza palette and the taco palette are in a bundle for $55 for all three of them. So that is pretty good. But yeah, normally this palette itself retails for $40. It's on sale currently for $20. It is a bulkier palette. It's definitely like a collector's piece. Again, this is one that I will be keeping the packaging, keeping this little wrapper. I just think it's so cute. Now, I do love these shades in here. Out of the three that I got, this is probably like my second favorite. It might even be my first, just because of these gorgeous shimmers in here. I cannot wait to use those. Everything performed beautifully, blended beautifully. These shades, this formula really lasts all day. The pizza palette I had on for probably 16 hours, and it looked like as good the time that I put it on as when I took it off. So these are pretty affordable, like very unique palettes. I think if you see a color story that speaks to you, you kind of can't go wrong. You guys let me know if you want to see any more looks with this. I would love to do it for you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys.